Welcome back, Fast and Furious fans. This is Let's Be Real Brad. Today we're going to be talking about the 7th installment in this Fast and Furious movie reviews with Furious 7. It is directed by James Wan as his first time directing one of these Fast and Furious movies, and is once again written by Chris Morgan. This film was a phenomenon, truly putting this Fast and Furious movies on the map with making over $1.5 billion, which ranks as a top 30 movie of all time. This movie was crazed by everybody, especially because of Paul Walker's tragic death and how they were going to be able to use him in this movie. So with seeing this film for like the 4th time, I still think this is the second best Fast and Furious film, and I'm here to tell you why. So let's get to the positives first, and we gotta start with James Wan. James Wan is mostly known for his great horror films that he's done in the past, but he switched over to doing big budget action movies as he started with Furious 7. I love the direction he was able to take this film, as Justin Lin, who did the previous films, did a solid job, but I think James Wan gives the best directing of this entire franchise, because the amount of style, creativity, and excitement to push this movie forward while also making the shot selections extremely exciting. My second positive with this movie is the visual effects. Again, this Fast and Furious franchises has proven to have amazing visual effects is because they are able to combine practical effects with also a ton of CGI. The practical effects look insanely amazing in this movie, with all the car chase sequences to be excellent, as each movie has topped itself. But the one thing that they have been able to do so well is the use of CGI, especially when they had to use Paul Walker in this movie, because Paul Walker tragically passed away when they were filming this movie, and they had to push it all the way to 2015 instead of releasing in 2014. So Paul Walker had his 2 brothers stand in for him and able to put some CGI to Paul Walker in most of this movie, and you really cannot tell. All the action scenes in this movie are fantastic, as they upped more of the combat fighting scenes between the characters, which were a lot better in this one than we have seen in the previous films. The score by Brian Tyler is always excellent, as it makes all the action scenes so riveting, exciting, and just so explosive. You really feel this one to be all over the place. And my last positive with this movie is the Paul Walker tribute. They did it with so much heart, passion, and so much love for Paul Walker and his family, and to his character of the franchise. I absolutely loved what they did with it, as you have Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth's song called See You Again, which was the highest grossing song of the year and one of the best songs of the year in general. It makes me cry every single time I watch it. It is perfect with the montage of him in all these movies. It was the perfect way to go out, and that's where we're going to see some criticisms for F8. So as much as I do enjoy this movie, there is a ton of negatives with this one, and we're going to start with the characters. As much as I enjoy these characters, the character development in this movie is really bad. Each of these movies has had solid character development, even though it may not transcend their character in like a dumb action movie. But this is something I clearly noticed after watching all of these movies and seeing that progression, and it almost just stops right at this one, as it just goes full pedal to the metal, pun intended. My second negative with this movie is the second act. The second act is kind of boring. There is a moment in this movie where it's right before the climax that you're just waiting to get there. They add an extra action scene in there where these guys are in a warehouse shooting each other, and I almost just didn't need that at all. I wish we just got right to the climax, made it a little bit more exciting, because the movie definitely dropped off at this point. My third negative of this movie is the lack of Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What made these Fast and Furious movies so well is the inclusion of The Rock. He is charismatic, he is hilarious, he provides that strength and muscle to the franchise, and he is such a great and likable character that you just want to see take out all these other bad guys. So without him in this movie, you do feel the lacking of that charismatic person in this. And the dialogue is so ridiculously cheesy and stupid, and it's still pretty funny, but I gotta say, the dialogue is so bad. Normally I don't care about this, But in 7 is when you really notice how bad the dialogue is, even though the dialogue is pretty much bad in all these movies. But it is something that needs to be said, because it's going to affect someone if you're just going to watch this for the first time and be like, wow, people really talk like this? So overall, Furious 7 is a fun, dumb, silly action movie that is in the 7th installment and somehow is able to be the second best Fast and Furious movie. Sure, there are a lot of negatives with this movie without having The Rock, some dumb, stupid scenes, and no good dialogue going on, but I still think it's a fun movie that I can go back and enjoy every single time I watch it. I'm giving Furious 7 a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next Fast and Furious review.